Imagine standing in front of the Great Seal of the United States. Your eyes are drawn to that unfinished pyramid topped by a glowing eye within a triangle. It feels powerful, ancient, and a little unsettling. Some say it represents divine guidance. Others see it as the mark of secret masters who rule from the shadows. The all-seeing eye, a symbol that has traveled across continents and centuries, gathering layers of meaning and mystery. But where does it really come from? And what does it mean today? To find the truth, we have to go back thousands of years, to the banks of the Nile. The eye first appeared as the Eye of Horus, a symbol of healing, protection, and cosmic order. It was painted on tombs and carved on amulets, believed to guard the dead on their journey through the afterlife. The Egyptians didn't see it as a tool of control. It was a reminder that nothing escapes the divine gaze, that balance is always restored. In temples like Edfu and Kamambo, you can still see it staring from the walls, its lines precise and timeless. Centuries later, in Renaissance Europe, the symbol was reborn. Painters and architects began to use the eye within a triangle, surrounded by rays of light. In the churches of Venice and Rome, you can look up and see it shining from gilded ceilings, not as a warning, but as a blessing. In Christian art, the triangle represented the Holy Trinity, and the eye stood for God's omniscience. It was not the eye of control, but the Eye of Providence, a symbol of faith, that the divine watches over all creation. And then came the 18th century, a time of revolution, reason, and secret brotherhoods. In 1776, as the American colonies declared independence, the Founding Fathers designed a new national emblem, the Great Seal. They wanted symbols that spoke of freedom, endurance, and purpose. Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams all contributed ideas, but it was ultimately the committee's final design that stood the test of time. The unfinished pyramid symbolized strength and progress, a nation still in the making. Above it, the all-seeing Eye of Providence watched over a divine witness to a new experiment in liberty. Below, the Latin words Novus Ordo Seclorum, a new order of the ages. For decades, it was simply a patriotic symbol, but in the 20th century, something changed. People began to look at the eye differently. Whispers of secret societies, the Freemasons, the Illuminati began to mix with the image. After all, some of the Founding Fathers were indeed Masons, and the Masons themselves used an all-seeing eye as a spiritual emblem. But in their philosophy, it symbolized enlightenment, the inner awakening of the human spirit. In Masonic lodges from London to Philadelphia, you can still find the symbol painted above the altar, representing moral awareness and divine truth. Still, the coincidence was too tempting for conspiracy theorists to ignore. Freemasons, Illuminati, the New World Order. Suddenly, the eye on the dollar bill became proof of a secret elite controlling the world from behind the curtain. Books, documentaries, and eventually the internet spread the idea that the symbol was not about faith or reason, but about power. And when you walk the streets of Washington, D.C., the rumors grow stronger. The city's layout, some say, hides Masonic geometry. The streets around the Capitol and the White House supposedly form pentagrams and triangles. Whether by design or by accident, these patterns continue to feed the myth. And then there's the Illuminati, the most famous secret society that may never have existed as people imagine it. Founded in 1776 in Bavaria by Adam Weishaupt, its goal was to promote reason, equality, and secular governance, but it was quickly banned by the authorities. Still, its legend spread like wildfire. By the time the 20th century rolled around, the Illuminati had become a symbol of hidden power, the invisible architects of wars, revolutions, and financial systems. In the 21st century, it took on new life through music videos, online forums, and viral memes. The eye appeared in pop culture everywhere, flashing in rap videos, hidden in movie posters, glowing in brand logos. To some, it became a joke. To others, a chilling confirmation that the Watchers were real. But if you look closer, beyond the paranoia, there's something poetic about the symbol's endurance. The all-seeing eye has never belonged to one group or belief system. It has been reinterpreted again and again in Egyptian temples, Christian cathedrals, Masonic lodges, and modern pop culture. It represents something deeply human, the longing for understanding, the fear of being watched, and the hope that somewhere above, there's meaning to it all. Travel to Rome and step into Sant Andrea el Quirinale. Look above the altar, there it is, painted in radiant gold, surrounded by light. Go to Paris, to Notre Dame, and find it sculpted into stone. And yes, look at your dollar bill, it's right there, modest and mysterious. Each version tells a different story. In Egypt, it was divine protection. In the Renaissance, divine presence. In America, divine guidance. And in the age of conspiracy, divine control. So, what is the truth? Maybe the eye is all these things at once, a mirror of our own imagination. The same way we project our fears and hopes onto the night sky, we've projected them onto the symbol. The eye doesn't hide a conspiracy, it reflects us, the watchers, trying to make sense of the unseen. Maybe the real power of the all-seeing eye is not that it watches us, but that it makes us watch ourselves more closely. Next time you hold a dollar bill, or pass by a church or a music video flashing that mysterious triangle, take a second look. The all-seeing eye has survived pharaohs, popes, and presidents. It has watched civilizations rise and fall. Maybe it's not a warning from the shadows. Maybe it's a reminder that awareness itself is the greatest power we have. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Share this video with a friend who loves a good mystery. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss the next story. There's a lot more to uncover, and I'd love to have you along for the journey.